Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika in with last week's episode of Claws. This is season 2, episode 3, entitled The Russian Navy. Now, we open up this episode with Desna in this Leave It to Beaver type of dream. It was styled after that. She's married to Gregory in this dream, and they got a bunch of kids. Some mixed. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. Now, she get dinner out, and she's getting it out the oven. It's pot roast. He complains that they just had that yesterday, and she was like, well, baby, it was buy one, get one free. He not feeling it. Told her to discard it. I'll take kids out to dinner while you stay back and ponder how you didn't do what I expect perfectly. She agrees and apologizes and starts throwing the food away in the disposal, and her finger is caught, and the drain is literally eating her finger. We see blood and stuff. She begins to panic and yell, and I'm sure that she probably was hurting in the dream. Child, Gregory standing there laughing at her instead of helping her. Then the little badass group of kids that's supposed to be theirs comes in, and they all laughing at her. So it's one big old horrible dream, and she panicking because of all of that. I said, girl, she wakes up to it. Then we see her gusset up downstairs as what Roller comes in to get some stuff from Bryce, because he say Bryce is embarrassed to come and get his own stuff, as she said he should with his nasty ass getting a blowjob from his mother-in-law. And Roller said something, child, about we white and dirty or some shit. I don't know. Child, he notices that she dolled up and asks where she headed to, and she said, not that it's any of your business, but I'm headed out to Gregory's. He's taking me and Dean out on his boat. Now, remember, Roller know Gregory not who he say he is, so he asks if she want to do all that because she don't know Gregory that well. Desna say, well, I know him well enough. And he said, really, you don't? And he looked like he was about to tell her something. Possibly the truth. But he didn't. He just said that he's a lucky man and left it at that. Desna's heart gonna be broken, y'all. And I hate to see that coming, but we all see it for what it is, okay? Child. Jen up in her room going through it after seeing her mama Brenda about to suck the life out of her husband. Brenda done called her 100 million times trying to apologize, whereas Bryce hasn't picked up the phone to call her one time. Desna come in there and see her, tell her, look, me and Dean was about to go out with Greg on his boat, but if you need me, girl, I can go ahead and stay here with you because you look like you going through it. She tell Desna, no, you go ahead on and you go out on your date. I'll be fine. Desna tell her, okay, well, girl, what I need you to do is you need to get yourself up. Get yourself up and take your shower. If you smell better, you'll feel better. And they laughed about it. She was being nice, but telling her, girl, you stink, okay? Now, I don't think that she took no shower, much less did she even bother combing her hair, because she come down to the shop in her PJs looking to do some work, looking like a Barbie castaway girl. She sat down to do this guy's nail, and he looking at her like, well, baby, I can get somebody else to do me today, because it look like, you might be going through something. She is just convinced she can do it, so she grabbed his hand, and she was a little rough with it, talking about she can do it, but we can see that she can't. Dude telling her, girl, just talk to us about it. We don't just come in here and get our nails done. We talk our problems out here. So she admits to everybody in the shop that Brenda was about to go down on Bryce. And dude said, now how the hell you let that happen? Baby, I don't think she let that happen. Anywho, later they telling her and Bryce that, they telling her that she and Bryce love each other and they should just talk. They say they know how to get him down to the shop, because if they just say that he need to come talk to her, he ain't gonna come. So they gonna trick his ass. They done had Quiet in call him and tell him that the lights out. He come to fix the lights, and they surround his ass, telling him he ain't leaving unless he talk shit out with Jen. Quiet in got a bat in her hand. Virginia standing up there saying she was willing to plug his eyes out with them claws, child. He said, okay, I'm just gonna sit down. Now you got Dean and Desna in the car headed to the yacht, and he talking to her about being a male exotic dancer for Polly's review. Now, while she discussing that with him, Zlata calls and want her to come hang out. She telling her, "Look, girl, I done took a personal day. I'll be back in the shop later. But me and Dean is headed to lunch." I think that's where she was headed with Gregory on his boat. So she tell her, "Okay, girl, go ahead, enjoy yourself. We'll talk later." And I said, Zlata must be lonely than a motherfucker. She ain't got no life. But I do like how she check Uncle Dad and them, but I think she might be trouble for Desna in the long run. Now, Desna tell Dean that she don't want him doing no damn stripping, but they'll talk about it later and don't mention that shit on the boat, right? Child, we get to the yacht. Gregory standing there looking fine like he always do, but who else is there? His mama, played by Shirley Ralph. Every time I see that woman, I'm reminded of that Good Times episode she was on as JJ, former flame that he was trying to get back with, and she done came back into town. Last time they was together, she was pretty much a gold digger, but JJ done lost that good advertisement job, so the family is warning him she might not be willing to be with you now as a result thereof. Well, child, I remember them trying to offer her Florida, and Walona offered her some coffee before they headed off to the restaurant, and she was saying, "Oh, no, 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 ma'am, Miss Evans, no coffee, because, see, the coffee is just murder on my lip gloss." I'll never forget that woman. For those old school people, at least 40 plus, y'all know what I'm talking about. Remember that episode of Good Time? Every time I see Shirley Rifle, I think about that. Now, for you younger folks, y'all probably remember her as Moesha Mama, okay, on Moesha. Anyway, she Gregory mom on this episode. Old gray-haired, wheelchair-bound, very aggressive Haitian mama is what she is. Mama was a lot to deal with, child. Now, Desmond said she didn't know his mom was going to be there, and all he can tell her is, "Look, she wanted to meet you." So they sitting at the dinner table, and Gregory is a mama's boy 1000, and is she overbearing. She want to be the top woman forever in his life, and she getting upset with him at certain parts of their little meeting, and she would start speaking in Haitian, and he'll try to calm her down. At one point, he ended up hand feeding her strawberries, and me and Dean wanted to know, why is he feeding her? But of course, Desmond told us to shush, but I was still talking because that shit didn't look right at all. I'm like, girl, that looked like some incest to me, but whatever. All he said was that she liked strawberries, and Desmond was looking at him funny too because that shit looked very weird. Later on, Desmond and Gregory have a few minutes alone, and she complimented him on how well he looked, and he said that his mom picked out his outfit as she does daily. He said that Desna looked beautiful too, and she thanked him and said, "Well, I picked my own clothes out." They end up kissing, and baby, they wasn't tongue-tied a few minutes before here come wheelchair Rita coming in there with that bullshit. She upset, talking about he disrespecting her on her yacht. She's not feeling it. She don't like public display of affections. And she go in a damn room or bathroom and lock herself in there, and he like a school kid trying to make it right for something he done did, and he's standing there apologizing. He even had Desna come to the door apologizing and lying, talking about how much he adores her and speaks so highly of her all the time, and how she too was apologizing for the public display of affection because she understands now that mama don't like that. Mama feels intimidated, if you ask me, because Desna is in her son's life, and if Desna continue to play her cards right, she won't be the most important woman in his life. Well, Mama finally opens up the door after Desna says how important she is to him, and she said, "I am the most important woman in his life, or was." And I said, "Shit, clearly you still are, because." Once again, she happy with Gregory, and somebody else had to fix that for her to be that way. Now, her and Dean is getting ready to leave, and Gregory said that he done built a wing onto his house because Mama moving in. He said to Desna she'll be able to see her all the time, and Desna was like, really? I could tell she wasn't feeling that, but she played it off, and her and Dean leave. Now, Uncle Daddy in there being beat by his lover while they on some BDSM type old shit. And in comes Lotta, because she want to meet his connection in local law enforcement. Now, he don't want to do it, but he ain't got no choice. So later on, we see and I think it was Roller meet up with the local connect, and he telling him, this Russian chick want to meet my connect at the police department. I want to introduce her to you. I need you to work with her until I get back in power. In return for your patience and you working with this woman, I'll pay you an extra percentage. Dude said, no, you're going to give me half. You're going to give me what I get normally and then half of that. So Uncle Daddy ain't got no choice. He agrees. So when they do meet up with Zlata, she like the cop, so he on board with her. She knows Uncle Daddy don't like her, but she don't trust him and probably don't like his ass either. She got something for him. Now, at the shop, they got Jen and Bryce set up like they at a debate. They asking questions. Each have so many minutes to answer these questions. And basically he said, I messed up. I was drunk. But see, Jen, on the other hand, had a full-fledged affair. She said, well, at least it wasn't with your father. And he said, because my daddy dead. So they asked them both, look, do y'all still love each other? And can y'all get past this? And Bryce was honest and said, no, I can't. Jen said, I can get past the drugs, the shitty parenting, and the damn near affair with my mama, but you can't forgive me this one thing. And he said, hell to the no, because I saw it. He said, that rim job is ingrained in my brain, honey. Child, he over it. She did that on the first time, which makes him wonder if she ever even, if it was, if this ain't something she does on the regular, okay? They arguing back and forth, and in comes Desna wondering what the hell is going on. Basically, they give her the rundown of what they've been trying to do, which gives Bryce a chance to escape. She ends up going and telling Jen, look, baby, you're going to have to understand you did him bad. She said he hurt over the affair, and you got to calm down and sit your black ass down and let that man have some time. For some reason, that made Jen happy to be called black and for her friend to be paying attention to her in her time of need. So she says she will. Now, Zlata come through the salon because she wanted to know how Desna's date was. Desna say his mom was there unexpected. And it was kind of weird. And considering everything that happened, I don't know if I'm going to be pursuing things with Gregory. Zlata said, no, 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 no. You don't break up with guy over mother. Bring him over to my house. I'll get him straight for you. Desna was like, nah, it's okay. And Zlata looked at her very seriously and said, girl, that wasn't no question. So in other words, I'm telling you. So when they get to the party, to her house, you think it's going to be a little intimate setting with just her, Gregory and Zlata, but now, baby, everybody there, Uncle Daddy, Gregory, the cop, Roller, Olga, everybody. Zlata telling Gregory how important Disney is to her and how he don't need to lose her. Olga, little girl, sit down or be seated, because she decides she wants to come over to Desna, so happy that Desna and Gregory are together, and she threw in how sweet it is to find love at her age. Desna looked at her like, bitch, if I wanted to, I'd kill you, but I'm going to give you a little nasty nice. She shaded her back, said, yeah, it sure is, because a relationship without love is terrible, ain't it, Olga? Olga face dropped. Because we all know Roller don't love you, bitch. And I love the fact she gave her a little taste of her own medicine. Well, Roller and Gregory decide they both got to go to the bathroom at the same time. So they go into the bathroom, and we see this little scene where Roller then threw Gregory up against the wall and threatening to kill Gregory if he heard Desna. Gregory reminded him, never touch or speak to me in this way again. And I thought it was finna be some shit, but the maid chimed the bell and said dinner time, so child, Now, back over at the house, you remember Desna and Dean that moved in with Virginia. I'm not Virginia, with Jen and her kids. And he basically in there showing Virginia that he is very OCD with his autism, so everything got to be in order. He got everything lined up in order with the people's name on it. She made a joke. What if I want some juice of this juice? Because it had his name on it, not hers. He snatched and told her, no, 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 no. That is not how that go. You buy your juice, you put the label on it, you put it in here. But you don't touch other people's stuff. I said, shit, she gonna learn this day. Then he went to show her the cabinets. But remember, Jen had ransacked the damn cabinets trying to get snacks to alleviate some of her hurt feelings about her situation with Bryce. When Dean looked up in that cabinet and seen that stuff was not together the way it was, baby, he went crazy. It freaked him out. Everything was in disarray. Virginia calmed him down by gently hugging him. And I said, see, That's the kind of that's why I like her. Now upstairs, some weird shit was happening because Jen then ate all the damn snacks. Remember? Now she ain't supposed to be drinking, but this bitch remember she got her a whole fifth of vodka down in the toilet tank, so she go get that. And at this point, I'm screaming at the screen saying, girl, please don't mess up. Don't fall off the wagon. He not worth it, Sophia. He not worth it. But now, she decide she is not going to drink it. Because she don't want to be detected. She don't want it on her breath. She takes a tampon, saturates it with the vodka, and inserts it in her vajayjay so the alcohol dissolves in her bloodline fast, making her drunker faster. And I said, bitch, you burnt your pussy up just to get drunk. And you could tell it started taking effect after the burning because she went to moaning and shit. Now at the dinner party, Gregory gets a call from a hospital. One of his patients could possibly be about to go into labor, so he leaves. When he did, Zlata said, all associates here now. We need to make an example out of a piece of shit, and that piece of shit would be Uncle Diddy. She had her henchman grab Uncle Daddy up, make him get to his knees, and told him lick her boots. As Desna was standing there trying to stop her, but baby Russian fish was not to be played with, and she tired of Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy got smart. I ain't doing shit. Well, her men punched the fuck out of him a couple times, and by the end of the punching, he was not only licking boots, but telling her how it tastes and calling her by her name. I said, Desna she kind of liked what she seen, because Uncle Dad ain't never broke like that before. Zlata told her, girl, do the same thing with Gregory. And Desna said, I'm going to make him lick something, but just not my boot. And Zlata said, make sure he picks you over mother. And Desna said she was. Now, child, this whole episode, Polly had been in her feelings about her and Marnie not being close as she would like them to be. Marnie is a 17-year-old white girl and got engrossed in the Nation of Islam. Everything pro-black with her. She even down to the taco shop talking to this Mandingo who offers her by way of a flyer to come to this rally. Polly then gave the flyer back to the dude, looking at her like hell to the gnaw, and him too. Then she looking at, you got Marnie at the house looking at this Farrakhan damn in speech and stuff, and Polly just wasn't feeling none of it. But Marnie said, look here, I found this pic here of these two little girls and asked Polly about it. We learned at that point Polly got a twin child. Polly got a twin. They don't live close by each other, and they not close at all. I said, oh, I want to know a little bit more about her. Okay. Well, Bryce comes to the drop the kids off to Jen, and immediately he able to tell that this heifer drunk. Now it may not be on her breath, but she drunk. So he whispers in her ear, I'm gonna take these kids or else I'm gonna call CPS. So she sit her ass down and she begins to apologize and say she's sorry, she messed up. She breaking down as they drive off. Like, girl, you gotta get it together. Now, Desna calls Dean and says that he can go on and be a stripper. She telling him that, some other little pointers about that, and they going to talk about it more. But as she talking to Dean, she removing her panties, and I'm like, what the hell? But soon we realized she over to Gregory house, so I said, fuck it up, Desna, fuck it up. Child, he answered the door, come in. He got his robe on. She said, they need to talk. And he was like, that's not usually good. Desna said, look, today with your mom was a bit much. He told her, he said, look, I'm all she has left. She said, well, life is about choices, Gregory. You can choose to continue to be a boy to her, or you can choose to be a man to me. And took his hand and put it in her sweet spot. Baby, I said, yes, God, put them options on the table. Well, child, as she was putting options on the table, he was coming out that road, butt-booted naked, pinned her ass up against that wall, and started to give her something she can feel. I said, oh, did he make his choice? Or did he not? We shall see. Child, after all that humping they did, he done got up and went down to the hospital to work, and she wake up and gave him a call. He said, you were sleeping so peacefully, I chose to let you just continue to get your rest. She said to him earlier, you said you loved me, and I didn't say it back because I was nervous. But I want you to know I love you back. And he reiterated that he loved her. And child, that's where we ended. And I said, I sure hope this thing work out right. I sure hope this thing work out right. But it's secrets. And these secrets is going to be what's going to tear these folks apart. But that's it. That's all, y'all. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll see y'all back later. Peace.